Welcome back. So in this one we're going to do some preliminary setup. I'm just going to hop into texture paint mode. You're going to see I'm going to get a hot pink looking dagger, which is kind of neat but not what I want at all. And this is usually an indication in Blender that you're missing a texture. That's usually what it'll do. And you can see that's kind of confirmed over here saying I'm missing materials. But luckily now Blender has this convenient little drop down to set them up for you, which saves a lot of time because it's really tedious to go over here and do it yourself manually. So if I just click that, I just need a diffuse color in this case, and I only need 512 for something like this, and I'm just going to hit OK. The rest of these defaults are fine, and you can see I can immediately start painting on it, and it gives me all my paint tools as well. To update this, you can just go into slots and click. It just happens sometimes, but it's not a big deal. I think that's it for texture setup. The presets got refreshed in 2.73. In particular, there's now a fill and a mask by default. If you don't have those, you might need to load your factory settings. But that saves quite a bit of time. However, I like to have at least two more brushes, a hard brush and a soft brush. That way I don't have to mess with the curve in the middle of painting. So I'm going to go ahead and set those up real quick. And all I need to do for that is just create a hard preset, select curve, give it a maximum, and then right at the end give it a little bit of a fall off. Change that to a vector handle. And so if you never use this curve, the left side is the center of the brush and the right side is the outer edge. So it's kind of like the profile of the radius, and how far up and down is how transparent it is. So all the way at the top is going to be 100% opaque, and then right at the end we're just giving it a little bit of a fall off. So at medium and large sizes at least, it gives a pretty crisp edge without being really chunky and pixelated. At small sizes though, it kind of breaks down and gets pretty chunky, but hopefully at some point Blender will get anti-aliasing on brushes and we won't have to worry about that anymore, but for now it's just something we have to deal with. The other thing that I want to make sure that I do is enable unified color. This just makes all the brushes share a color palette, so if I select red on this brush and I switch back over to this one, it stays red. It was something I complained about in my column painting tutorial, and it got fixed like 5 minutes after I uploaded it, so it's just one of those things that I like about Blender, I guess. The other one that I want is a soft brush, so I'm just going to click that little plus, create a new one. I'm going to name it soft. This one's really easy to set up. I just go to the curve, select the angle preset, and then just pull this side down. It gives a nice soft brush that's really good for blending and doing some shadows and things like that. And that's it for presets. I am going to put a 3 in front of this one. And the reason for the numbers is just to order them. This whole thing organizes kind of alphabetically, so if you put numbers in front of them, you can kind of control the order. I'm not going to be using any of these, so this just makes it faster for me to find what I'm looking for. Let's see, the last thing that I want to mention, because I always forget to talk about this, is this color picker. I always forget that that's not default, because I've used that forever. To change those, you just go to your user preferences and go to System, and under here you have the color picker type, and Blender ships with 5 of them. I think the circle HSV was the default. I use square SV plus H, but I would encourage you to check them all out, see which one you like, and then you can save user settings and that'll make it your default, basically. I'm also going to maximize the strength and turn off pressure on there because I always forget to. Next one will be blocking in color though, so hope to see you there.